We got to talk about what Mike Brown was talking about. Let's be clear about this. 40 and 12 is impressive. A 40-point double-double is crazy. Tyler Kolik's double-double. Damn near triple-double. Looks great on paper. But let's see what Mike Brown thought about these double-doubles.
What do you think of Cat's physicality off the bat, especially around the rim, drives, that kind of stuff?
Oh, Cat obviously, he can score. He had 40 tonight. I said it before. He's a walking double. He just has to continue to try, to not pick up cheap fouls. He had a couple of cheap fouls where he led with his hands, or he hooked the guy. And now we have to sit him for X amount of minutes when he needs to be on the floor. So, the 40 and 13, it doesn't surprise me at all because he's more than capable. But if you're going to be a great player, and I'm sure he does too, we expect more from him so he can be out on that floor.
He said he's a walking double-double. He just has to continue to try to not pick up cheap fouls. 40 and 13. It doesn't surprise him at all. He's a walking double-double. That's what Mike Brown said. That's what Mike Brown said. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm watching the game, and it felt like, especially when Karl-Anthony Towns goes off ball, especially with him being the passer that he is, because that pass that he threw to Huck Pauly after the offensive rebound with the one hand, that one-handed pass that Karl-Anthony Towns does around a defender, amazing. Top notch, top tier. I don't say the best we ever seen, but it looks like it. It looks like a superpower. But it just feels like a disappearing act. It just does. He had 40 points, and it was like, he had, 34 going into the fourth? Let's make sure. I want to say he had 34 points going into the fourth quarter. Karl-Anthony Towns did. Fourth quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns scored 9 points. So he had 31 points in the fourth quarter. 31 points going into the fourth quarter. And I'm not saying it didn't feel like anything, but if it wasn't for those points, where would we have been? I already know you cat lovers, where you guys are going with this. He also played 11 minutes and 25 seconds of that fourth quarter after playing 7 minutes and 40 seconds of the third quarter. And he picked up that foul. He picked up the 2 fouls in the fourth. So he still did well. It was the fourth foul he picked up in the third quarter that kind of threw off Mike Brown. He just, when you're a number one guy, number two guy, that offense got to revolve around you. And the great one-on-one players, you can list them all if we want to. Jordan, Kobe, and these guys. Kobe had to figure out how to calm the hell down, and even then he was going bananas. He was still out of his mind. Carmelo Anthony doesn't get a fair shake because when he was here, that team that he had when we played the Pacers, it's not like he had a team like that throughout. Jalen Brunson is now in his fourth season as a Knick. He's going to have a lot of questions to answer if they don't get this done. And this is 2 years back to back with Karl-Anthony Towns. It's all also on him, even though he wasn't in this game. What is the game plan? Can he motivate Karl-Anthony Towns not to be more like him, but to make him realize, like, yo, you ain't even really gotta be. You don't really have to score. You can make this game easier for everybody else. Because even with his passing, with Karl-Anthony Towns passing, he ended up with 1 assist yesterday. I guess that was the one to Huck Pauly. It just doesn't feel like mind-blowing. It doesn't feel like, Ant-Man got help. But you saw how Julius Randle's 25 points, them 17 points in the fourth quarter, you could tell he was on a roll. And you can see Ant-Man's 38. Of course, they were there, but Julius Randle's 17 was different. They were different because he ratcheted it up. You could feel the aggression. He made you react on the defense so that you had to have more than one guy cover him because one-on-one, it wasn't happening. And I know Mike Brown was saying we didn't cover him enough from behind to double team him and try to get to his step back in the paint. But he made it a point that he wanted to find an opening to score some points. I think Julius Randle knew, all right, I'm gonna ride this out, see how this goes. In fourth quarter, I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna make sure I have no fouls. I see Karl-Anthony Towns. He usually gets 3 or 4 fouls by the fourth quarter, and I'm going to go drive to the basket. I think that was Julius Randle's plan to begin with. I don't know if the coach spoke to him about that, but Karl-Anthony Towns, I think he was coming back to Minnesota in good graces. They love him out there. He was very happy to be out there. We saw some clips of him talking about his happiness in Minnesota, and I have spent so many years. I spent 9 seasons in Minnesota. They were the best years of my life. I've done some great things in New York, but it's nothing like Minnesota, guys. I owe them everything. All right, I'm being melodramatic, but you can see for yourself.
Was it like getting that ovation when you came out of the game at the end from these fans?
I mean, it's always good to be appreciated. There's nothing more valuable in this league, in this job, than to be respected. So I left my heart, my soul here in Minnesota, and for the fans to just, even after it's like 2 seasons away, to respect me the way they do and to think of me so highly and to appreciate what I left on the court tonight it means a lot. It means really a lot.
It means a lot. It means a lot. What's ridiculous, Tory B? He's a number 2. Supposed to be a number 1. Cut the shenanigans. We don't got the kid gloves on. You're in New York. Can't play these games. Can't play these games. I don't care what they did for you, Minnesota. You know what will happen for you, New York, if you start going crazy? Because even when you win a game a certain way in New York, if you play our style, you know what they're going to do for you in New York? You're going to walk around and feel like a king in New York City. There's a difference with the way we look at Charles Oakley, John Starks, even Patrick Ewing. It took a long time for people to get over the Patrick Ewing hate. It took me up until like 2008, my man Jesus to get over the Patrick Ewing hate, because I was like, they tried to say he was better. David Robinson was flat out better than Patrick Ewing. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, who the fuck is David Robinson and Patrick Ewing, bro? You ain't talking like this if Tim Duncan's not there. He's the same Tin Man that we always called him. That's all. Wolverine, me personally at this point, I do not just want Karl-Anthony Towns traded. Let's not be liars here. Me personally, I want Karl-Anthony Towns to assert himself in this offense that brings him more than enough opportunities to do what he wants to do. Karl-Anthony Towns is an amazing talent. I never wanted him here. And yet, I'm the one who gave him props at the beginning of last season. He was in the MVP conversation. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just us. It was everyone that saw like, oh, damn, this thing, he looks crazy. And we still were like, I don't know if we could win a chip because our defense wasn't up to par. Let's wait for Mitchell Robinson to come back. That being said, we ain't never seen Karl-Anthony Towns play like he did at the beginning of last year, before or since. I will repeat it if you need me to. Here we go, the 77th. Thank you for your 199. Full of hate. Brunson's ISO is Cat's issue. Kolick passes. So why didn't they win yesterday? What was the problem yesterday, 77th? Oh, OG wasn't there. Brunson wasn't there. What are you going to come up with next? Brunson's in his way, right? He's in Cat's way. Now we're saying he's in Karl-Anthony Towns' way, as if somebody was in Karl-Anthony Towns' way his entire career. The number 1 draft pick. Stop, man. Knock this shit off already. Knock it off. And I didn't hate on him like this. I just said he was soft when I seen him being that way. I wanted him to smack Draymond Green. Sure. Do something. Kill him with your game. You got to elbow somebody out there. Stop letting the referees take over you. Why are you worried about the refs? They're not giving you that call. Yes, you're going to get hacked. Carmelo Anthony got hacked. I wasn't a big Carmelo. If you think I hate Cat, you would have hated me worse with Carmelo, because Carmelo's supposed to be a tough guy. He has this fan base that's insane, and I'm in New York, and I was arguing with everybody. Bro, you don't trade an entire team for Carmelo Anthony. You don't do it. You don't do it. You do it for Giannis, maybe. But right now, we do have a lot of upside. It's not, forget about trading Cat. It would be stupid to trade Cat right now. You can't do it, because Milwaukee apparently doesn't want to trade Giannis or whatever it is. And what other trade can you make for Karl-Anthony Towns? I'm not into that. I'm talking about Cat's game. I'm talking about why he's not asserting himself, getting the ball in those spots from the corner, talking to his coaches. Where do you like the ball best? Mid-range, low post. Where's it best for you? Because we know post players, the best thing that they do is when they pass the ball. Dog, like Karl-Anthony Towns passes the ball. There's very few people that could pass that rock like him. Very few people, man. You think I just called up here to shit on Karl-Anthony Towns? Called. I came up here to shit on Karl-Anthony Towns. Stop stereotyping me. You don't know me.